Right.
That's my 2 cents.
All right, let's talk to another mega winner this past weekend in Orlando, Florida. Made a lot of noise. ESPN, a lot of people were talking about this man. Second round, Darce choke victory, moves his record to 10-1 as a professional. The one and only Dalton Rosta. Woof.
Let's go.
Dalton.
I gotta say, I think we've only had 2 fighters come on the show shirtless. One's been Dalton Rosta. I think the other one was Henry Cejudo.
Big difference. Big difference.
Big difference. Yeah. Well, yeah.
No shirt, Valor energy. This is the most Florida interview I think we've ever done, Dave.
Dude. It's so funny. Valerie reached out to us. I got to reach back out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they reach out about?
Hey, they said Fipenaz is doing some good things, so
they taste really good. I would.
Yeah.
I haven't had one yet.
It tastes like.
Well, this flavor is exclusively for me. They didn't release this yet. They just give all these to me.
The Dalton Rosta exclusive.
Yeah.
What flavor is it?
What'd you say?
What flavor is that? What's
tropical cream?
Oh.
I had the orange one, and it literally tastes like a melted creamsicle, Dave. It's fantastic.
This is my favorite one.
Over some crushed ice and some tequila. Oh my goodness!
I don't know about the tequila, brother.
Just need tequila to be the.
That's why our bodies are different. All right, Dalton. That's why. My man, all honesty, congratulations. Big week for you. All week long, we saw your face everywhere on all different platforms. Put a bow on what I thought was a super successful weekend for Dalton Rosta.
Yes, sir. It was a great weekend. Good win. Gets a good opponent.
Yeah.
Proud.
So let's get right to this here. During media week, you were the first interview. And when I asked you about it later, you were like, man, I didn't get to respond to what anybody else had to say because you went first. Well, we just had Fabian Edwards on before you. So, and we asked him his thoughts on the tournament. And he said he expects to see Jeffrey in the finals. Like,
yeah.
I want to hear your response to that. After, you fought Jeffrey, you're preparing for him again. You're a totally different guy. What do you think?
Yeah, someone texted me saying that they were watching the show and he said that. So I guess today we're just saying stupid shit because I don't think he makes it past Josh, period. And he shouldn't be looking forward to the finals. He has to worry about Josh right now. So he's focused on the wrong thing. I'm worried about Aaron Jeffrey right now. I can give a shit less about Fabian Edwards. I don't think he's a good fighter anyways. And I don't think he's going to fucking make it past Josh. But end of the day, I'm focused on Aaron Jeffrey right now. I want to get that rematch back. It's my only loss. Didn't have the greatest performance against him the first time, but like I said, I'm a different fighter now, and I can't wait to go out there and prove everybody how much of a gap there is between us.
I love that you said that, Dalton, about it. I asked so many fighters, especially someone like you. I looked at your amateur record. You don't lose. You don't lose at anything. That one on the other side does belong to Aaron Jeffrey. How excited or lucky or whatever word you want to use there to get that back? This is just a tournament. No one knew how things were going to go and upsets of that nature. For you to keep winning and win the championship, you fight the guy who took that one from you. Do you feel gracious for that? Do you feel lucky to have that opportunity?
Bro, I fucking love it. It couldn't have lined up any fucking better. Honestly, I've been wanting that back since I lost.
Yeah.
And everything just aligned perfectly. And I'm honestly, man, this is the most excited I've been for a fucking fight, bro. Like I just said a couple minutes ago, I can't wait to show everybody that was a fluke, and I can't wait to show everybody how much better I've even gotten since then. So it was a fluke back then. I was better than him back then, but now there's a huge gap between us, and I can't wait to show it come June 27th.
Love it. El, take it away after this. I do want to say we did ask the fans to ask questions to you, Dalton. We got 3 of them, and we'll do that at the end. But El, take the next one. We do have some fun fan questions for you.
Yeah, let's go back to this last weekend, and you talked about, or sorry, not back to this last weekend. Let's go back to your next round is what I meant to say. Sorry. You said you're a totally different fighter. What did you see this last weekend in Aaron Jeffrey and his performance against Murad that you feel like is going to be a different game for you this time around?
He hasn't changed one bit. That's what I saw. He hasn't evolved. He's been doing the same thing every single fight since the beginning of his career. And, like I said, I lost to him before, but I've been in there where I felt him. I felt what it's like to fight against him. I felt what the clinch is like. You know, early on, I was having some success, and it got away from me a little bit later in the fight. I fought, you know, I didn't have the highest fight IQ in that fight, and I fought stupidly. I let my ego get the best of me. I was trying to beat him in places where he's good at. And I still believe I can do that. But going forward, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not out here to prove points to anybody anymore that I can beat them at their own game. I'm going in there to get people in and out. I want to be in and out of that cage as quick as possible and, you know, go in there and get finishes.
Speaking of finishes, that beautiful Darce that you set up, somebody mentioned it in the comments too. I know, like, I've been in Mike Brown's classes. I know Mike's been hammering the front headlock, like really working on the Darce. Talk a little bit about just the preparation and Mike and your team.
I mean, it's great. I told you a little bit in the post-fight interview about how I believe I have the best striking coach in the world in Anderson Franco. Everything I did on the feet for that fight and everything that Saudi Boo threw back at me, I was prepared for, and I made it seem seamless because of how prepared Anderson had me. And I spoke a little bit about how he has albums and folders in his camera roll on his phone of each fighter where he'll have 20 different videos of clips of different fights and things that they do, things they're good at, things that they're not, holes in their game when they're putting their hands down. We found film against Saudi Boo. Whenever you go to his body, he tends to, in the open stance, he tends to bring his hand away from his body. So that was what was going to open up the overhand right. So you pressure him a little bit, you get him guessing, you get him on his back foot, you get him backing against the cage, and you go. That time I went double jab. I went jab, and then I was going a jab to the body. His arms started coming down. And that's whenever I came over top with the overhand right, landed it clean. And then obviously he was against the cage, a little raw, covered up, and I just snapped him down. I was going for the TKO finish at first, but then I settled in, went for the Americana, and I looked over at Mike. And whenever I was like in that like side control position, he was like, maybe try the Darce. And we just drilled it that morning. We were drilling it on the carpet in the workout room because they took the mats out as soon as I went in there. And we were in the side control position. I was worried, like we were working on throwing a couple elbows, rolling some elbows. And then in that side control position, Saudi Boo likes to get there and hold guys down against him. And he kind of just stalemates the position. And I saw that a lot on film. So I was like, all right, I can maybe try this and reach across his body, behind his neck, and then circle into the Darce. And that's exactly what I did. So we drilled it for the first time like a week ago. And then we drilled it again that morning of the fight during our shakeout. And, yeah, it played out perfectly. So everything from the striking game plan with Anderson to Mike, everything just ended up perfectly.
I love that. I'm going to triple down on something about American Top Team. You were just talking very highly about your coaches. You had multiple teammates that night, all win, right? I saw a great picture of you and American Top Team all through socials on PFL. You even have a great American Top teammate in the media section now. Just seems like, Dalton, you got this great nucleus around you. You're at the right gym at the right time. Seems like everything is like this right now.
Yeah, everything's coming together. My trajectory is going way up.
Yeah.
I've been making big improvements in the gym. Mike's been telling me, I've been seeing it myself. All my coaches telling me, my boxing coach, Kevin Gleason's telling me, Anderson, everybody. I feel it with my training partners. And, I mean, honestly, I couldn't put my finger on what it is. I feel like I've always been an elite fighter, but these past 6 months, everything's just been coming together piece by piece, and I'm way better, way, way better than I was 6 months ago. So I'm looking forward to this, showing all that this entire season, this entire tournament, no matter who I get, you know, after I beat Jeffrey. Like I said, I'm not focused on them, so I could care less right now. But no matter who I get, I plan to make every single fight look easy.
Love it, love it. El, I got a couple more and then definitely take it away after this one. You know, we've been talking for a long time. I always loved how you take everything. It's not just the fight, you know, stuff you do on media day, your socials, how you communicate, you communicate very well, something I don't know how to do great. But you always look good, look styled. Does that matter to you if the PFL wants to push you more and do more socials with you, put them on their platform more? We talked about a couple weeks ago, Jason Jackson was definitely the face of that week. This week, it seemed like they were going back and forth with Impa and Fabian about being the face of the week. With your performance and everything that you did afterwards, I saw the coach was talking a lot about you on the PFL. does it matter to you if you're like the new face, this new generation for the PFL?
Yeah, it matters.
Okay.
And it matters because I'm more marketable. And it matters because I'm a better fighter than every single middleweight in this tournament. And I said it before my fight. I thought Saudi Boo was the second best fighter in the weight class. I thought he was the best fighter in the weight class besides me, but he drew the short end of the stick and had to fight me first round. I said it in our confessionals and everything, all the production stuff we did before the fight. If they release any of that, you'll get to see that. I said I was going to take him down and I was going to submit him. I predicted everything. And, I still got Aaron Jeffrey next. He's still a tough fight. I'm not going to take him lightly, but like I said, I know I am levels ahead of him, and I know there's a huge gap between us. And like I said, I can't wait to show it. And then after that, like I said, I'm not focused on the finals, but whoever I get in the finals, it doesn't matter. I plan to make it seem easy as well. And touching back on that, Fabian's out here saying dumb shit. He might not even fucking make it to the finals. So he needs to worry about himself. He seems to be a lot of a talker, but I seen him all week long. We walk past him in the hallway. He has his head down. You know what I mean? He's in the same warm-up room, isn't even looking at me, and I'm not sitting there trying to size people up or anything at all. I'm not focused on him. I'm not focused on Saudi Boo at all, but he's sitting here talking about how he's about to fight Aaron Jeffrey in the finals. He's not even focused on his opponent right in front of him. So what that tells me is he was probably not even focused completely on Impa in that fight. We were in the same locker room shit together. He was probably, eyeing me up and watching my pads sessions and my workouts and shit like that too. You need to be dialed in and like tunnel vision on who you have in front of you. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference between me and him going forward. If he does end up making to the finals, I'm going to make it look easy fighting him too. So the dude isn't on my level. He has too many holes in his game. And, obviously he's not very intelligent either. So.
Shots fired from Dalton here. But like you said, you're focused on Aaron Jeffrey. Going back to this weekend, his fight against Murad definitely got the takedown, right? That wasn't the issue. But Jeffrey, he did a good job. Most of the fight was Murad taking him down. Jeffrey scooting his butt to the fence, landing little shots, and working his way back to the feet was the primary story of the whole fight. When you enter the cage, do you feel like your control will just be that much better than Murad's, or you'll be able to do more damage on the ground? What do you see?
We don't have a game plan in place yet, but I've been in the cage with him before, and I know I'm a much better striker than he is. The only thing he was having success with on the feet was the calf kick. That was it. Besides that, this guy lives in the clinch. And I think I showed first round that I was able to circle him off pretty easy, but I was trying to prove a point and try to beat him at his own game, like I said, and I was staying in the clinch with him. So there's mistakes that I made in that first fight. And like I said, I'm a completely different fighter now. And I don't even have a game plan yet. You know what I mean? But I just watched that fight with Murad and, the way I felt in the fight and the way that I felt in training and stuff recently. And just from my recollection of the last fight and watching the last fight and stuff like that, I just feel like there's a huge gap between us everywhere. So I'm going to listen to my coaches on this one. That's something I didn't listen to last time. My ego got too big and I just thought I could beat this dude everywhere, which I still believe I can. But whatever game plan my coaches come up with, I'm going to follow. That's exactly what I did this fight, and look how it ended up. So going forward, I'm putting full faith in them and not veering away from what they want me to do at all.
All right. I love that. I was going to say, El, before we get into the fan questions, I got a real serious question for Dalton, a real serious one. We've known each other for a couple years. Real serious one, my man. Who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Bro, I have no clue. You have me guessing too. I like Mason Rudolph, but I can't see with the way they treated him and sending him off to Tennessee last year,
right?
And bringing in a completely different new quarterback room that they would want to go with him as a starter. So I think they're probably going to draft somebody.
Okay. You'll be happy if they get Shedeur Sanders. You'll be cool with that.
I wanted them to keep Justin Fields, but yeah, I would be happy with Shedeur Sanders.
Okay. There you go. Hey,
I just got a comment up real quick, Dave. Sean King says you have small biceps. Right.
Yeah,
that's my boy. He was in my corner. He's trolling me right now.
He might be talking about me, Dalton. I don't know. I got to work. I got too many kids running around at the house. It's hard, man.
Who does L think will be great?
Yeah, L.
Patrick Mahomes. I'm just kidding.
Goodness.
I do know what team he plays for. That's the one football player I do know, guys. I'm sorry. I think all sports are boring if they're not MMA. I'm sorry.
No, MMA is the best. But who's the MVP of the NFL this past season? Who's the best quarterback in the?
No idea.
Josh Allen. Okay.
I didn't even watch this. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't like watching. I like watching fights. I watch fights every day.
That's true. It's exciting. We got PFL and the UFC coming up. All right, we got 3 fun fan questions for you, Dalton. You ready?
Yes, sir.
The first one asks you, what's your favorite holiday?
4th of July.
That's a good one. That's my second
I'm
favorite.
American, brother. I'm American through and through.
Yeah, I love it, dude. The summer, outdoors, sun, like it's amazing.
Food.
Yes.
Fireworks.
Yeah,
maybe some tequila.
The amount of food that Dalton brought to the pool this weekend. I think 4 different kinds of pasta, 3 different cuts of steak. What, like
4 cuts.
Good. Sorry, 4. My bad.
And I had meatballs.
And meatballs. My bad. So much food.
Yeah, I was getting a little chubby there.
I don't know about that, but this is a funny one. I would assume this is from a teammate. I would assume a lot of ATT guys are on the Fight Banana socials. Who's your least favorite sparring partner?
Huh.
Be careful.
It would probably just one of the ones. I don't know. This is tough.
Say somebody that doesn't train there anymore.
I like, so we were talking a little bit about this at like our Easter cookout. There's people you have that are good sparring partners that will try to protect you and protect themselves. Like they don't want to hurt you. There's guys out there that are super competitive, be competitive, and then there's guys out there that'll just throw wild shit just to try and hurt you. And it's like I'm fine with any of them, but we got to make sure we're agreeing on what we're doing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you throw some heat at me, I'm going to throw it back. And I was talking a little bit about how I got separated from one of my teammates, Christoph Jocko, recently, because we're both, high testosterone, both like mean whenever we spar sometimes. And he was throwing some hard shit at me. So I was like, all right, let's fucking go then. He's like, all right, let's go. So we were both said that. And then we started going at it, and the coaches separated us. So
Jocko's crazy. He won't even care that you said him.
Yeah, but we made up right after. He's like, I didn't mean anything by it. He apologized. I apologize. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I have a least favorite, honestly.
Okay. That might be Jocko in the I don't know. That could be him. I love it. The last one I actually did who sent this one. It's Uncle Dijon. Is that how you say it?
He's right in my living room right now.
There you go. Yeah, he wants to know.
Right there.
Who's the best good looking guy in this past weekend in the PFL?
Who's the best looking guy?
Yeah.
You're looking at him.
There you go.
Right here. Best looking, best dressed, best striker, best wrestler, best fighter. I got it all, bro.
Gee whiz.
Say hi.
The PFL needs to put you on post.
It's willing to come say hi.
Oh, shoot.
What's up?
He kidnapped me. I'm not allowed to leave. He's my personal security guard now. It's great. I don't need to do anything anymore.
So good. Shay goes, the fact we heard him cracking up in the background. I'm trying. Did you click it out? Oh, there you go. We got that. That's so good. What do you think of the PFL social team?
Like social media?
I guess.
So?
It might be them. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they were pushing me a lot. So this week, so I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Especially after the fight, the celebration, the finish, the interview, everything. The post-fight media, all that. So, I'm content with it.
I said this to Elle before we got on the air too. So I was commentating that night. I was so bummed. I've been to all the events, missed that one, missed yours, doing some commentating. I was just peeking on my phone to see what was happening. And the PFL for an hour and a half was Dalton Rosta. It was 5, 6 in a row. So I was like, okay, that's a good night. That's a good night for my guy. So, hey man, very happy for you. Continue success like always. I think it's Chicago next. It's Chicago,
Yes,
and then
Chicago,
the finals.
June 27th.
Yeah, June 27th, Chicago. Then the finals in Hollywood, Florida. Just to hop in the car for the finals at the Hard Rock. So we'll see you then.
Maybe they'll let me stay at my house whenever we're there. Like I said, I'm not looking past Aaron Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this fucking dude's head off. I am going to flatline him for sure. He is going out.
Are you a little bummed that there aren't points for early finishes this year?
No, because it seems like there was more finishes because there wasn't the stress or the pressure of trying to get it early. So
100%.
people were able to be more patient and select their shots.
Yes.
That's what I think, at least.
100%.
So I like this format better.
Yeah. We're not even going to get into the points. I think that was the dumbest thing in the history to have a point system. Like, you win or you don't. Like, I don't understand. Like, so tell me some of the best wins of all time have been like unanimous decision wins. Like, just in MMA
wars.
history. Huh?
Like just having wars back and forth.
Yeah, wars or domination. Sometimes fighters, you know this more than I. Like, sometimes fighters will just kind of not give up. They'll give up just being beaten on and not a TKO, if that makes sense. Or they'll stall on purpose. Or there's ways to get around it. I don't know. I just think the point system was wacky. But
well, and you gave somebody 1-1 in the finals, but somebody that went 2-0 didn't make it because they didn't have enough points.
I don't understand. You fight. There's a time limit. Winner moves on. I love it. Dalton, we'll keep moving on. Keep on doing your thing. Get that win back against Aaron Jeffrey, and we'll talk to you very soon, my friend. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Later. The great Dalton Rosta. What a stud. Dude.
That was awesome. We had Fabian, we had Dalton, had a little heat today on the Fight Banana show. We'll cut those up together.
Everyone knows I'm a very happily married man. Dalton Rosta, dude.